What's up? It's Jen. I'm a wellness and nutrition coach, and I help moms take control of family chaos so they can live a healthier lifestyle. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button so you can be the first to see these healthy lifestyle tips. It's a month into the new year, and every January, the gyms and health clinics are flooded with new clients, each in search of their new self. Friends proudly tout that they're on a new diet, and this is finally the year they're going to take charge of their health. I'm definitely not knocking it. I'm all for anyone who wants to make meaningful change and become a healthier version of themselves. In reality, we don't have to wait for a new year, new month, or even a new day to start taking charge of our health. What does good health mean to you? Let's get this discussion going in the comments. As a nutrition and wellness coach, I help clients reach and maintain their version of health. Now, you might be saying, okay, but what do you actually do? What does that even mean? What does that look like? Today, I'm going to be sharing what I do as a nutrition coach, why people work with me, and what aspects you can delve into to ensure you are living your version of health. So let's go ahead and dig in. The picture of good health can look a little bit different to each one of us. Those of us who have always been fairly healthy and come from a long line of healthy people may not take the time to think about it. But those who suffer from poor health think of it often. Good health can look different to each one of us based on our background, ethnicities, and traditions. Health can look like maintaining a healthy weight, being able to do the things you love and enjoy time with and keep up with the people you love. I'm a precision nutrition certified nutrition coach, and I work with a behavior-based coaching model. Because I love food, I use a lot of food analogies. In the simplest terms, I help clients determine their personal recipe and build healthy lifestyle habits to reach their goals. Typically, when we think about nutrition, we're talking about food, and that's obviously a huge part of the puzzle. But there are all those other healthy lifestyle habits and preferences that affect and determine our eating habits. Remember we said good health looks different to each of us? This is why. No two of us have the same exact ingredients to fit together. With each client, I'm digging into their deep health to reach their version of healthy. Deep health takes a look at their biopsychosocial behaviors, which is a long word that combines biological, psychological, and social perspectives. I love this idea that health goes deeper than just the surface. It's so true. These are the factors that makes each one of us unique. Biological factors deal with how our bodies work, our age, our gender, hormones, immunity, and exercise. Psychological factors deal with your mindset, like your thoughts, feelings, and values. Social factors focus on what's around you, like your family or work life and society. A mother with children at home who's going through menopause has a completely different lifestyle than a fresh out of college young man. To treat them the same, that would just be ridiculous and unethical. So, what are the other ingredients that affect our nutrition? This is where we really dig into a client's habits. We look at 5 different areas: hydration, movement, sleep, stress, and change. Let's take a deeper look at these 5 categories and how they relate to nutrition. Hydration. I did a whole video about the importance of hydration. You can check it out here for a more detailed explanation. We're mostly made up of water, so we need to make sure that we're replenishing that on a regular and consistent basis. If we have strenuous workouts or the weather's hot, humid, dry, any of those kinds of things, we need to drink more water. Certain medications or medical conditions can also affect our hydration levels, requiring more water. Studies have shown a direct correlation between drinking adequate water and weight loss. On average, women should aim for about 90 ounces and men should aim for about 125 ounces of water daily. Movement. How much movement do you get on a daily basis? This includes intentional movement like exercise, as well as your basic daily activity levels. For most healthy adults, it's recommended to get about 150 minutes of activity weekly. Sound like a lot? That's about 30 minutes 5 times a week. Sound more reasonable? Planning to take a walk on your lunch break or before or after work is a great way to get that activity in. Maybe it even looks like 2 15-minute walks daily. Sometimes it can be as simple as taking the stairs, parking at the back of the parking lot, as long as it's in the daytime and well lit, of course, or even taking the long way to the bathroom. Next up is sleep. Sleep is the body's main source of recovery from workouts and stress. Sleep helps moderate all of the body's processes. When we do workouts like strength training, essentially we're ripping apart our muscles so they can build back and grow back stronger. This is directed by growth hormone, which is only produced when we're sleeping. Ineffective or inefficient sleep means this doesn't happen. Sleep also helps regulate all of our other hormones that directly affect our eating habits, hormones like ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin is the I'm hungry hormone. It tells us we're hungry and need to eat. Leptin is the I'm full hormone. This tells us to stop eating because we're full and satisfied. Proper sleep helps support a healthy balance of these hormones and many others. For a deeper dive on the importance of sleep, check out this video right here where I talked more in depth. Stress. Stress exacerbates anything that's going on in your body, whether it's gut issues, hormone issues, or excessive workouts you need to recover from. It can also show up in all sorts of funny ways, leading to emotional eating and affecting our motivation to work out, eat healthy options, or even from going to social engagements. Monitoring and managing stress is a huge part of sticking to a healthy lifestyle and really affects all of these other aspects. If everything else in check, but your stress levels are high, it won't remain in check for that long. High levels of stress can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, and even heart attack. So maintaining effective stress management techniques is a must. Finally, change. Change is the final piece in this puzzle. It's all about knowing who you are, where you want to go, and feeling good about where you're going. Just like the other habits, it can adjust over time. Anytime you're about to make a big change, you need to take your time to feel it out. I love the saying, new levels, new devils. Change pushes you out of your comfort zone, and it's uncomfortable. That's okay. So you can see how there are many factors that are included in nutrition besides just the food side. As a coach, we focus on all of these areas to help get you a little bit better and a little bit closer to your goal. When all of these areas are flowing and working well, you're living a healthier version of you. And it becomes this really positive, very beautiful cycle of each of these habits really just kind of feeding off of each other. Before working with a nutrition coach, whether that's me or someone else, it's important to take a look at what your main goal is. There's so much information out there about diets and exercise and what's the best thing, but what works for one person won't necessarily work for the next person. Remember the example of the menopausal mom versus the 20-something young man? Knowing what your main goal is makes it easier to determine what path to take to get there. Goals can look very different to each client. Some clients are strictly looking for weight loss, and that's fine. But I encourage you to determine what that means to you. Do you want to only lose weight and have a goal weight or a body fat percentage in mind? How will you measure it? Do you like to step on a scale, or do you just want to feel better in your clothes? These are two very different goals. Maybe you're looking to get your A1C number out of a diabetic range or lower your cholesterol or blood pressure. Again, very different goals from weight loss, but weight loss may be a result from this focus. You still need to figure out what your measure of success is. Find the thing that's important to you. Now, you don't have to have it all figured out before you meet with a coach. Coaches can help you define it, but it makes sure the big goal is in line with how you are feeling and where you want to go. Regardless of what your goal is, it's also important to figure out why you're in this journey. Is it just because it's a new year and you always do this? Or do you have a bigger reason? Find your why. Your why will keep your motivation when your motivation wanes. And trust me, it will wane. I encourage you to make meaningful, sustainable change, which is why I'm not a fan of fad diets. They rise in popularity and are usually just a fresh version of something that's already been out there. Now, based on certain health conditions, parts of those diets may actually be helpful and work for you. This is where you get to be like the detective and hone in on what makes your body feel good, what gives you energy, and what you can do consistently. Using sustainable habits you can use long term, is where the real success lies. If you'd like to apply to work with me, please click on the Work with Jen link in the description below. Now, I've shared how I work with clients, but there's lots of other coaches who may have a different approach or a different focus. If you choose to work with a coach, you should make sure that you feel comfortable with them and that they really truly understand what your goal is. And please understand, it's okay if your goal changes over time. It's actually better if it does even. As you grow and reach new levels, new habits will need to be introduced. The plan that gets you to your weight loss goal may look very different from the plan that helps you maintain that weight loss. The maintenance plan is just as important as that original goal plan to lose the weight. If the habits you've been building are actually sustainable, the habit remains. It's just the dosage that's adjusted. If you do decide to work with a coach, the change is still up to you. You have to consistently follow through with your plan to even know if it's working. Inconsistent action equals inconsistent results. It adds too many variables, so you don't know which parts are working and which aren't. Stick with it long enough to determine what's working. You know what the results are if you do nothing, because that's where you've been. Dig into your why and do the work. Whether you're working with a coach or not, the ball is in your court. Determining what good health looks like to you is a key factor in deciding to work with a nutrition coach. Keep in mind your biological, psychological, and social factors and how they affect your decisions and lifestyle habits. There are lots of different kinds of coaches out there, so find one who you feel connected to, who understands your goals, and supports you in the way that you need to be supported. So, I want to know, was this information helpful? What does healthy look like to you? Have you ever worked with a coach before? Let's continue the discussion in the comments below. Don't forget to like, hit the notifications button, and subscribe for more healthy lifestyle tips. Thanks for watching, and until next time, be well.